Welcome to everyone. In this session, I am going to derive an expression for energy stored in the capacitor and where that energy stored in that capacitor. All are know well, I think so. Capacitor is a charge storing device and also it used to store electric energy. When a battery is connected to the capacitor, electrons of total charge minus q are transferred from one plate to the other plate. When the capacitor connected to the battery, then charge transformation occur from one place into another plate. To transfer the charge, work is done by the battery. Underline this. Battery connected with the capacitor plates, then charge transformation will occur. In that condition, what will happen means the battery doing some work to transfer the charges from one place into another place. This work done is stored as electrostatic potential energy in that capacitor. To transfer an infinitesimal charge means small magnitude of charge, that is like dq, for a potential difference V, then according to general expression the work done is dW is equal to V into dq. This is equation number 1. Then according to the definition of capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor, Q is equal to CV. From that V is equal to Q by C. This is equation number 2. The work done to charge a capacitor, dW is equal to Q by C into dQ. Moving dq quantity of charge means the battery want to do dW magnitude of work. At the same time, q quantity of charge want to move from one place into another place means that is nothing but to charge a capacitor means the maximum work done want to do by the battery, that is equivalent to W. Then dW is equal to, instead of V, Q by C into dQ. This is equation number 3. To find the maximum work done, I am going to integrate that equation number 3, that is integral minimum work done 0, then maximum work done W into dW is equal to, in right side minimum charge 0 and maximum charge Q, then integral 0 to Q divided by C into dQ. Then we want to take that constant term outside, because of we going to integrate any constant means that total value goes to 0. That is why I will take this constant 1 by C outside, that is capacitance of the capacitor. Then that expression rewritten as integral 0 to W dW is equal to 1 by C into integral 0 to Q into dq. Then all are know, I think so, integral dx is equal to x, then integral dw means W. So W limit 0 to W, that is equal to 1 by C. Then integral x into dx is equal to x square by 2. Like that, integral q into dq is equal to q square divided by 2. Then limit 0 to q. Then applying the limit, the condition for applying limit is upper limit then minus of lower limit, then upper limit W. Instead of this W we want to apply W, then minus of lower limit that is 0. So instead of this W I want to apply 0. So that is equal to 1 by C. Here also same condition want to apply. Then upper limit minus of lower limit. Then instead of this Q, upper limit Q, and minus of, instead of this Q, the lower limit 0. Then W is equal to 1 by C into Q square by 2 minus 0. That is nothing but W is equal to 1 by C into Q square by 2. Therefore, to move a q quantity of charge from one place into another place by the battery means the work done will be W is equal to Q square divided by 2C. This is equation number 4. This work done is stored as electrostatic potential energy in the capacitor. We studied already that work done only stored as electrostatic potential energy. So that work done written in the form of electrostatic potential energy U is equal to Q square divided by 2C. Then Q is equal to CV. Then instead of this Q we will apply CV. So CV the whole square. Then the square come to inside means C square V square divided by 2C. One C is cancelled from this C square, then remainings are U is equal to CV square divided by 2, that is, in other words, U is equal to 1 by 2 CV square. This is equation number 5. This energy is directly proportional to the capacitance of the capacitor when this potential difference between the two plates of the capacitor is constant. That is why UE is directly proportional to C. Suppose the value of UE increased means automatically the capacitance of that capacitor increased. At the same time, electrostatic potential energy stored in that capacitor is decreased means automatically the capacitance of that capacitor also decreased. And also this energy is directly proportional to the square of the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor when the capacitance of that plate is constant or capacitor is a constant. That is why U is directly proportional to V square, where the electrostatic energy is stored in the capacitor. We got the expression for electrostatic potential energy which is stored in the capacitor. Then where the electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor. To understand this, the equation 5 rewritten as follows. Using C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. This is the expression for the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor, and V is equal to E into D. This is the potential difference between the two plates of the capacitor. Then our energy expression rewritten as U is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught A by D into ED the whole square. Then this whole square comes to inside the C square D square. From this D square 1 D cancelled. Then U is equal to 1 by 2 into epsilon naught A into E square into D. Then I will combine this A and D because of area into any one side of the conductor or capacitor, anything else, that is equivalent to volume. That is why U is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught AD into E square. This is equation number 6. That only I am written here, where AD is equal to the volume of the space between the capacitor plate. Which is the volume of the space between the capacitor plate means this only volume of the space between the capacitor plates. Then I am going to define that energy density. Energy density is defined as the energy stored per unit volume of the space. Then U is equal to capital UE divided by volume. Then U small UE represents the energy density, that is equal to capital UE represents the electrostatic potential energy stored in that capacitor, that is UE divided by V, that is equal to, we will apply UE instead of this value of UE, then 1 by 2 epsilon naught AD into E square divided by V will come. Instead of this AD, I will apply the value of value of V, then V cancelled, remaining U is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square. This is equation number 7. From equation 7 we infer that, underline this, the energy is stored in the electric field existing between the plates of the capacitor. Between the plates of the capacitor, the electric field exists in this space. So there only the electrostatic potential energy stored in that capacitor. Once the capacitor is allowed to discharge, the energy is retrieved in another form according to the law of conservation of energy. It is important to note that, underline, it is important to note that the energy density depends only on the electrostatic field, that is U is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square, 1 by 2 constant, epsilon naught also permittivity in free space, then remaining E only variable, so that UE is directly proportional to E square. Therefore, the energy density depends only on the electric field, and also the energy density is independent of the size of the plates of the capacitor, because of in this expression area of the cross section of the capacitor plates absent. That is why in the any shape of the capacitor, so that means the any size of the, that means the any area of the capacitance of the capacitor plate, we will take the energy density depends only on the electric field present in between the plates of the capacitor. In fact, the expression U is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square is true for the electric field due to any type of charge configuration. Thank you.